They say ignorance is bliss. But what if your mind won't let you be ignorant? What if you're trapped in a room where every whisper feels like a shout and every hidden pattern is a puzzle you can't stop solving? Most people think a high IQ is a golden ticket to a perfect life, but for those living with it, it often feels more like a glass wall. You can see everyone else, you can hear them, but you can never truly join them. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on the dark, heavy reality of the hyper-intelligent mind. This isn't about being good at math, it's about a psychological landscape that most people will never understand. When your brain operates at a different frequency, the world starts to look like a slow-motion movie. Imagine sitting in a corporate boardroom in downtown Chicago or a tech hub in Silicon Valley. While your colleagues are debating a problem that feels brand new to them, you've already simulated the next 6 months. You see the failure coming before the first cup of coffee is cold. But when you speak up, you aren't seen as a visionary. You're seen as difficult or arrogant. This is the psychological burden of high-level pattern recognition. You aren't guessing, you're observing the inevitable, and that creates a deep, hollow sense of isolation. In the dating world, this becomes even more complex. Imagine trying to fall in love when your brain is constantly running a forensic analysis on your partner's micro-expressions. You notice the slight hesitation in their voice, the tiny inconsistency in their story, or the emotional projection they aren't even aware of yet. It's hard to enjoy the magic of a first date when you're unintentionally deconstructing the psychology of the person sitting across from you. For a high IQ individual, small talk isn't just boring, it's physically draining. It feels like performing a script that has no meaning, and that often leads to a lonely in a crowded room sensation that defines their social lives. Before we go deeper into how the brain actually functions, I want to ask you something. Have you ever felt like you were speaking a completely different language, even when you were using the same words as everyone else? Drop a comment below and tell me about a time you felt out of sync with the people around you. I read every single one of them. Now, let's look at the hardware. From a neuroscience perspective, high IQ isn't just about having more brain power, it's about neural efficiency. In a standard brain, information might take a winding road to get from point A to point B. In a highly intelligent brain, the pathways are like high-speed fiber optics. The prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for complex planning and decision-making, is hyperactive. But there's a catch. This hyperconnectivity often comes with a lack of latent inhibition. This means while a normal brain filters out the hum of the air conditioner or the flicker of a light bulb, a high IQ brain takes it all in. Everything is a signal, nothing is noise. This leads to sensory overload and a constant state of mental exhaustion. This brings us to the emotional side of the spectrum. High intelligence is often linked to existential depression. When you can perceive the vastness of the universe or the complexity of social systems, the mundane tasks of daily life, paying bills, sitting in traffic, repetitive chores, can feel agonizingly pointless. It's a dark irony. The more you understand the world, the harder it is to find your place within it. Many people with extremely high IQs develop a psychological defense mechanism known as intellectualization. Instead of feeling a painful emotion, they analyze it. They turn their grief into a case study and their fear into a data point. It protects them from the pain, but it also keeps them from the connection they secretly crave. If you find yourself nodding along to this, or if you recognize these traits in someone you know, the best advice is simple but difficult. Learn to translate. High IQ is a language. Just because others don't speak it doesn't mean they don't have something to say. Don't use your mind as a shield to keep people out. Use it as a bridge to understand why they stay. You have to learn to turn off the analysis mode and just exist in the moment, even if that moment feels illogical. The world wasn't built for the outliers, it was built for the average. But being an outlier doesn't have to be a curse, it just means you have to be the architect of your own peace. If this deep dive into the high IQ mind gave you a new perspective, do me a favor, hit that like button so the algorithm knows this content matters. If you want to keep exploring the darkest corners of human psychology with me, subscribe and turn on those notifications. We're just getting started. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.